Hey y'all, welcome back to the Drake Farm. I just wanted to show you a little bit of the equipment that we use with our chickens, mainly our meat birds, because we move them around all the time. But these are bellmatic waters, or bell waters. This is a plasson brand, and this is a bellmatic watering system. There's pros and cons to both, and let me introduce you to both of them. We actually have one of the plassons. I know a lot of people love them. The only thing I have against them is the cleaning part of them. It makes it kind of a pain, and I'll show you why. You actually have to disconnect either the hose from the bucket or disconnect the hose from the actual watering system to take this out to clean it. It's not that big a deal if you're moving the chickens on pasture, because usually all we do is tip them up. We have a sprayer that we carry around with us and spray the gunk out of the bottom of them, and that's good enough. The way these work is come with a length of hose. I've seen people drill holes just a little bit smaller than the hose, heat up the hose a little bit, shove it through the hole, and it expands and it keeps it from leaking. And we've used a 5-gallon bucket to feed them. And then we hang them from the inside of our chicken tractors, and they come drink out of them. Now, to adjust the level on these, this has this nut. So if you want more water, you adjust it, the screw down. If you want less, you adjust it up. And what that does is adjust the level in here in the bowl. And what this does is, this actually has a ballast system in it, which you fill with water. Some people say they fill it with sand too. Just something to weight it. So this essentially kind of works like a commode plunger, has kind of the opposite, but as the water goes in, it weights this down and triggers the mechanism in here to quit putting water into it. So this is the one. I think they'll run you about, I've seen them on the internet, it's anywhere from 30 to, good Lord, 60 to 80 bucks. This is the bellmatic, made by a company called Call. Works in the same way, okay? Now the adjustment for this one is actually opposite. Is the more water level you want, the more thread you have showing here. Less you want, less threads. So it's kind of the exact opposite of this one here. Works on the same type of ballast system. Comes apart, it's very similar. This pulls off. I actually have this rope tied on, so I'm going to pull it clear off. But the thing I like about these is if you want to take your bellmatic out to clean it, you pop this mechanism loose. This is completely separate from it. It's that fast. Now, what a lot of people don't like about them is there is a mechanism in here, okay? As this water gets drank out of here, it allows this to come up. When this comes up, it pushes this plunger over. That's what allows water to come out through this hose and water to get down in here. So once that happens, water comes in, works the same as the plasson I just showed you. Weights the bell down, shuts the water off, because then this relaxes. Now, if you take this apart, there's a filter in here. It's one of the things I kind of liked. You pop that filter off, there's an O-ring here. See, when that thing trips, it breaks the seal on the O-ring and allows water to come in. Now there's your stem here, your spring, and this O-ring is all part of this right here. Now, I will tell you, I lost one of these tips, and you have to buy this assembly. And about the cheapest I found them was about $13 a piece. So that's a con on that. It is kind of expensive. Plus you do have O-rings that will wear over time that you have to replace. But if you're in there cleaning it, you're not making a huge mess. You just pop this off, and that's how it works. Now, these are not winter friendly for obvious reasons. Small rubber hose. Unless you have a heated coop that will keep that coop above freezing, you cannot use these in the wintertime, because they will freeze. These are strictly above freezing temperatures. Otherwise, I would use them in my coops year round. That's how much I like them. You can get these directly from Call. They're about $26 a piece. Plus, it's about $20 to $22 a piece to ship them. But that's the best deal you'll find on the internet. I can promise you that. Fantastic people to deal with out of New Jersey. But I just wanted to show you that. If you guys are thinking about waters, these are by far the best ones to use. Like I say, there's pros and cons to both of them, but these two are about what you'll find on the internet. Like I say, they work off gravity, they work off a 5-gallon container, they work off of a 250-gallon container. It doesn't matter. That's how they work. It just has to be low pressure. I think it's below 6 psi. But we like to hang them on our coops because the con to having a water that doesn't hang in your mobile coop is that if the ground is not level, you'll lose water. This way here, it doesn't matter if the ground sits off to the side or up or down, it's going to find its level point and it's going to stay that way. You're not going to lose a bunch of water and waste a bunch, because it's the worst thing you can do is fill up your chickens with water, go to work, and then boom, you come back home, they've been without water all day. So, I mean, you just have to keep an eye on them. These filters can get plugged inside here. You have to clean them. You know, when you put water in these, don't dump water and walk away. Make sure you have water coming out of both of them, because anything can happen. You get a little piece of leaf or something in here and plug one of these hoses. I mean, they're not very big, like a 1/4-inch hole. But just wanted to share that with you. And if you guys have any questions about anything here, feel free to hit me up in the comments. Remember, if you ain't farming, you ain't living. Thanks for watching.